Hey all. Hey, remember Ryan Adams? I don't know if this was a hit, but it got some radio play and it was in a couple of movies. Good tune, and I like that period of his stuff before he got a little bit too messed up on dope. But this is a good workout, just one for strumming and keeping that rhythm going, and a lot of that stuff going on, but also some string muting, and it's a good practice for our old friend. That suspension, one up on an A chord, one up on B, two up on D. The Pete Townsend, the C action, the Pete Townsend suspension. So let's go through it. You're capoed at 4. And the reason we know it's capoed at 4 is because it goes. So we know that has to be, the A string has to be up there. So we know it's capoed there. So it starts with an E5. Good practice on this, because you only want to get some discipline on that. You want E, A, D, and G, like you're borrowing an E. Well, from the capo you're borrowing an E up here at what would be the 11th fret. But you only want to get, you don't want to do, at least I don't hear a lot of B string in there. So you want to be able to get, and still only hit those 4. So that takes a little work, because otherwise you're gonna. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like. So it's just an E, then take off this other string, but without hitting the B if you can do it. And then into the. So that's A. That's suspension. So from the capo, A open, D4, G2, B3, high E open, although on this I don't hear a lot of E string on it. So it's just A suspended. Then move that whole thing up 2 frets. A string still open. Suspend up 2, then back down, then off. So that's after the. You're just muting everything. You know, you're sort of your voodoo child's light return. It's kind of. You know, it's not quite. It's not Bo Diddley, but it's getting close to something like that, you know. That's just that suspension on a. Right? That's just a G. Back to A. Say it again. Into B minor. Then take the B string off. after, it's just a B minor off the B string, D. Come to me like a little girl. Right, so that's from the capo. That's an A. Just take an F all the way up to A, except the high E string is open. Come to me. So what's happening with here is you got this A, and the D strings are going to go. That's the Stairway to Heaven climb down. Right, the only one changing there. But these two, you have to change the way you finger it in order to do that. High E string still open through all of it. The last one is like an F major 7. It's an F with the high E string open. A still open. High E string's open. G, A. Right, so let's go through what we have so far. Because let's go through the second half of it. Because after it does that again, it starts over again. B minor. Now, that's all the chords to it, and that's all the parts. It doesn't go off in any other direction. But as an exercise, watch this hand. Watch this. We'll go through one little round of it. Now that whole time, the whole way through that, this never stopped doing this. Now there are times when you're doing a little lighter. That's a little bit lighter. And this gets lighter. Gets a little heavier in there, but the motion never stops from start to finish. This thing was, what, I don't know, 2.5, 3 minutes, and it's this. Never stops, and that is crucial to good rhythm playing. Is just knowing. There are songs when there's things that there's breaks in it, and you're not strumming all the way through. Your arm takes a little break or whatever. This is not one of those. This is all the way through it, and this never stops. This is a good one to work on, I think, for that reason, because sometimes you're doing it a little softer with that same rhythm. Sometimes you're doing it percussed with that same rhythm, but the motion doesn't stop. It's constant. So work on that. That's a good one to work on. Good luck.